Hello, is the Sinister Gambino here with a new stream. And this stream, I'm going to be going over this week's event week for Grand Theft Auto Online. And I'll apologize once again for the late stream, but honestly, the more I think about it, it's not good to do early in the morning streams, especially if there's nothing really noteworthy to cover, to be honest. So since it's pretty much just going to be event weeks till the next DLC comes out, I think I'm going to start doing these later. Also, I know I'm going to probably want to change the message of the, not message of the day, message of spectators at the bottom. I just call it message of the day sometimes because I'm confused with certain terminology in one of my classes in college, of course. So I'm going to call my jetpack to the hangar. It also puts that as my spawn location for future times I go on this event week. Since the hangar is going to be what I really focus on. Thankfully I already have a little bit in the hangar actually. But that's only because I'm really experimenting with solo money methods. Why was that an AP pistol? I don't exactly know that. Maybe because that's like the weapon one of my characters had equipped. Actually, that was Michael, of course, like right before. Which, speaking of the single player, unfortunately the Boss X stock market still isn't working. So I'll have to still hold off the rest of the assassinations. Of course I could do the assassinations, but I'm gonna have to miss out on some of the investments. And I don't really know if I'll get the money I need to buy everything in the game if I exclude Bossack investments. I really don't understand why the online stock market, the Bossack, wasn't working on that last stream. So if, as soon as the Bossack stock market works, I'll be getting back into the walkthrough. But for now it's going to be on a hiatus. And I'll have to continue walkthrough part 10 when I can. But yeah, over 24 hours later, the Bossack stock market still isn't working for me for some reason. Wait, can you technically go on them online? Yeah, the Bossack can. Yeah, like, see? Oh, wait. It's a different message, of course, since it's in the single player. But when I go on it in single player, the thing's currently under maintenance, which is Rockstar's creative way of saying that, like, you don't have internet or something. Because the Bossack's not supposed to work unless you have internet. The problem is, of course, is obviously I'm in GTA Online, so obviously I do have internet. I'll go over all the event stuff as soon as I get to the hangar, pretty much. Actually, before that, I want to change the message to spectators to better reflect some of the highlights with the event week. And now, since there's no longer, like, really, like, noteworthy content being added for Arena Wars, then that means that I can dedicate part of the title to what's in the event week. Of course, that's kind of going to be hard to come up with a title, actually. Since of course there's no more, like, actual content coming out over the update, since it's all done with. So that's another reason I might be doing the streams later, like now. Unfortunately, I will have to be doing these streams kind of late, too, because I'm not at my own house for, like, a while. on Tuesdays and Thursdays at the moment. And it'll be like that for another like 2 to 3 months, I think. So hopefully people don't mind if I do these later, of course, these streams. The good thing about doing these streams later, of course, is I don't have to wait for information to come out, because Rockstar takes to like, I don't know, forever, like till probably like 8 in the morning or something, Pacific Standard Time, just to fucking release the newswire. And then Text 2 goes over most of it when he finds out about it. So that helps at least, but doesn't tell me everything. Because, of course, Text 2 may not mention, of course, like small vehicle upgrades like turbo and whatnot sometimes. Which I don't really blame him too much for not covering it, since it's something so small and whatnot. But still, I'll change the message to spectators right now. So just because it's on blue screen doesn't mean I'm not coming back or anything. Just working on the message to spectators. Highlights of the event week includes I'm not going to put the Smuggler's Run thing in it, of course, and that's in the title. Might take me a little, like a couple minutes to get the message to spectator updated, of course. Message to spectators. I really wish it was easier for me to remember as well, of course, to have it set up already, but honestly, message to spectators is not really on the top of my mind when I'm setting up a stream. But yeah. Times money RP on the stockpile adversary mode. Just reading off a little bit of what I'm putting on my message to spectators. Just so it's slightly entertaining, I guess, while it's on a blue screen. Since it doesn't show the PlayStation 4 home menu or whatever. Top Fun is a versus mode, right? I'm pretty sure. Dang. Can't fit all of what I want. honestly, I was going to put versus modes on there, but I'll explain it through the live stream. Like, I put the names of the versus modes, but I can't fit versus modes with the 18 characters I have left. Well, I could, since there's 18 characters, but it probably all won't fit. Alright. This message to spectators is now updated. So, now that I got that on there, I can go over to Double Money RP and whatnot. Which, at this time, of course, the Rockstar Newswire is available, but it doesn't mean I'm not going to cover an event week at all. It's just easier for me now that there's no new content worth checking out very early in the morning for me to check out later in the day and whatnot. Well, later at like night and whatnot. Since honestly, for like American viewers, of course, people in my country, whatnot, in my side of the world, it's easier for people to watch if I do at this kind of time. In terms of the live feed, of course. But there's 2 times money RP on Smuggler's run stall missions, which I worded it on the, in terms of the title, I worded it how Rockstar worded it on their newswire, by the way. And then, also, now I'm going to go over the message to spectator I put on the bottom. There's 2 times money in RP. Keep in mind, it's technically only 2 times money on the Smuggler's run sell missions, but there's 2 times money in RP on the stockpile adversary mode, so it should be the only adversary mode that's 2 times money RP, which is an aerial based mode. And then Top Fun, Air Force 0, and G rating. I would have went over the like amount that they have, like I would have put like 1 for 7 whatnot, but there's only so many characters that can fit on that message to spectators. Honestly, I wish they would have extended down to the comments, sort of. Since honestly, you can't fit much more comment space if you were to stretch it all the way to the end of the stream, or the stream, like, feed, or whatever I should call it. But Top Fun, Air Force 0, and G rating, those are versus modes. Which is a very rare thing that Rockstar does 2 times money in RP on. I don't know how good they are in terms of making money. They're not like a contact mission. It's more of like a fun mode. Not like a mode of work. But I'll show it off on the screen too. For any reason, anyone might not believe me. And might not, for whatever reason, check the newswire. Yeah, for Air Force 0, Top Fun, and G rating, you'll want to go here to versus. Air Force 0, 1 through 5 is double money RP, so there's 5 Air Force 0s. And then there's different G rating, like, genres. There's a cold and a hot at minimum. 5 of each, it seems, so there's 10 different G rating modes. And then Top Fun. Yep, I was right, all 3 of those are versus modes. Top Fun 1 through 3 as well, double money RP. And then Stockpile should be the only double money RP adversary mode this event week. Which I don't really recommend going double money RP adversary modes. It's inefficient making money in most cases. But I think it's that mode where you like, I don't know. I'm trying to think what the mode was. I believe there's one where you use like hunters and whatnot. Forget. Yeah, okay, I'm starting to remember it. I think basically each team was supposed to like kill each other, and at the same time watch out for like obstacles and whatnot, which are like in the form of stunt props. Basically, it was a mode that mainly focuses on like people annoying each other with homing missiles, I guess, for a lack of better terminologies. Yeah. Yeah, you want to get used to hearing the homing missile lock-on noise for roost stockpiles 1 through 7, of course. But yeah, that's pretty much everything for the most part that you can do to make double money in RP, or in terms of the business, just double money, according to what I saw on the newswire. So now, of course, since I went over all the double money, I'll go over the discounts pretty much. Actually, as well, I can show off the login reward. I actually showed a notification so far, but I believe these clothing items were previously released in 2017. I forget when it was released and how it was released, but in 2017, they had like a red and blue like Rockstar t-shirt that they have in their like warehouse, Rockstar warehouse in real life, I think. I think it was like a cross release throughout the game and in real life. I don't know if I have the dialogue since they did release it before. Maybe I don't. I don't have anything about the login rewards. So I'll just read off the login rewards, I guess maybe even show it off, since I should have them. But yeah, you just have to log into the game. I even recommend getting out of your like apartment, whatever, for like a minute, since I think you have to get out of it to unlock it. To unlock the red and the blue class of 98 tees, which, like I said, I'm pretty sure is a real life tee on the Rockstar warehouse. Both of them, of course. But yeah, they released it before, from what I heard, in 2017. So I guess that's why I don't seem to have the notification about the 2 login rewards. Since apparently they were released before, maybe it was also just login back in 2017 when they had it before. I'll even show them off if I want. Honestly, I'm not even used to using the newswire since I'm doing these streams typically very early in the morning when the event week first comes out. So let me figure out where to go. Alright. So first I'll start on the Maze Bank foreclosures like I typically do, except for like the last couple where I forgot to start on it. Yeah. Obviously, since there's 2 times money on the business, the hangers are going to be half off. And then all the renovations should also be half off. Yeah, everything in terms of the hangers 50% off. very good deal if you want to store aircrafts. In fact, you can only get certain aircrafts by having a hangar. I definitely think it's a worthwhile investment. It might your money is a slight bit easier than with Arena Wars, I'm guessing, in terms of making it back. So at least it's not like the worst property you make your money back with. Yeah, the hangars, the renovations, and then the workshop are all 50% off. And then there's only a few more vehicle discounts actually, and that's apparently it for discounts. Discounts this week are very lackluster for some reason. So literally only like 8 discounts. Yeah, there's only 8 discounts. 3 of them being with the hangar, so that means a few vehicle discounts. Just gotta think of what vehicles these websites are on. There's not gonna be anything on Benny's, but there will be on Elitist. And in the latest vehicle that was added to Elitist Travel, the blimp is gonna be, yeah, the blimp is 40% off. Every vehicle, in fact, is 40% off. That's discounted this week. I'm pretty sure nothing on Legendary. Okay, everything else is on Warstock. So the last 4 discounts are on Warstock. B11 Strike Force, of course, 40% off. P996 Lasers, 40% off. You know, actually, let me go over them. Especially since there's only a few. The blimp, would I recommend it for 537,000? Honestly, 537,000 is not a lot of money these days, in my opinion. But is the blimp worth 537,000? The blimp is a Pegasus vehicle, so it cannot be stored in your hangar. So the good part about that is, of course, you will not need the hangar in order to buy the blimp. At the same time, though, so many vehicles can get stored in the hangar these days, and Pegasus is so obsolete that it kind of defeats the purpose of the blimp, I feel. However, the best thing about it is that it has unlimited flares. So, unlike other vehicles, it will have unlimited flares, not limited in any way, shape, or form. Might be because it's a Pegasus vehicle. Or, of course, maybe they just want something unique on the blimp since they knew, like, the blimp wouldn't stand out otherwise. And also, this blimp, I'm pretty sure, is the slowest between the 3. There's 3 blimps in GTA, in the single player and GTA Online. Though this is the only variant in GTA Online. There was the initial atomic blimp. That's faster and whatnot than this one, according to Bruffy's testing, as far as I remember. Bruffy1322. Shout out to him. And then there was the Zero blimp for the current generation, which I believe you can only get by having a last generation and then having a current generation with both linked to the social club, which is a more maneuverable and slightly faster variant of the atomic blimp, and this one's just called blimp. I know, right? What a terrible name. Just straight up blimp. But of course this one has countermeasures. It's nothing like, it's not an add-on at all. It comes with the flares with the default price. And I'm pretty sure you will have to, of course, buy every livery, by the way. So make sure you're buying a livery you want, since I'm pretty sure you have to buy all liveries separate, similar to like the Marshall monster truck and whatnot. And also the one at the way bottom will depend on what like brand you have your nightclub as. So mine's technology. So of course, depending on your nightclub name, your bottom one will change. It's also of course a variant for all of the DJs, but that's only for those like promotion missions. So for the price, I definitely don't think it's bad, being 40% off, since it's literally almost 900,000 normally. So for the price, I don't think it's that bad, but still, I don't think it's really a good buy. Another good thing about being able to do these streams later, not feeling the need to, of course, go over any new content, because there's not really any. But the B11 Strike Force, I actually tested it a little bit in the creator, so I know a little more about it. Though I think I already pretty much knew about it before. I didn't really learn much anything new when using it in the creator. Messing around with it for like 10 to 20 minutes or something. But for the price, it's less than the Hydra. So I definitely advise it. I think the Hydra is the best of the fighter jets, in my opinion, in terms of features and whatnot. But the B-11 Strike Force has an explosive MG, of course, like the other fighters. It has an explosive weapon. However, it's the worst of the three. The P996 laser, the Hydra, and the B-11 Strike Force. Like, it's not like the accuracy or anything super bad. It's kind of like the Rogue's cannon, or like the Oppressor Mark II's explosive cannon, sort of, where you have to get like multiple hits with it to destroy something. I don't know if it's really good against enemies. Like, I think it kind of even sucks against NPCs, the explosive cannon. But still, giving as much of an opinion as I know, as I don't own the vehicle. It has barrage missiles, so it's the only jet with barrage missiles, which is on the Hunter and the Akula as well. And just like the Hunter, it shoots 7 missiles at a time, as compared to the 4 of the Akula, if you have the barrage missiles. However, honestly, I don't think the barrage missiles are that good as compared to like homing missiles. And speaking of the missiles, in the creator they were unlimited, but I'm pretty sure in free mode in GTA Online, the B11 Strike Force, shockingly enough, actually has unlimited missiles. I'm pretty sure. I think it has a limit of 30 missiles, but I could be wrong. It might not have a limit. But from what I recall, it does have a limit. So that's pretty much all I can say on that. It's also actually the best dog fighter in the game, so if you're looking to be a good like dog fighter or something, B11 Strike Force is your good choice. Or best choice even. The P996 laser. By the way, the only one of the fighter jets, like the main 3 fighter jets, with like the whitish, grayish color and whatnot. The P996 laser, the Hydra, and the P11 Strike Force. Those are the 3 I'm mainly talking about. The P996 laser, honestly, I kind of think it's better than the B11. If you're not going for dog fighting, that is. At 3.9 mil, it's 900,000 more than Hydra right now at 3 mil. That's including a trade price, by the way. The only one with a trade price is the Hydra. When you get down to it, actually. Wait, the Hydra is discounted, never mind. So I'll be going over that one in details too. But yeah, the P996 laser has explosive cannons, which I believe the Hydra and the P996 lasers explosive cannons are pretty much identical. So those two you'll have much better explosive cannons than the B11 Strike Force, aside from dogfighting probably. If you're pretty much outright wanting to destroy stuff. And then as homing missiles, I think the laser is more maneuverable and whatnot than the Hydra as well. Of course, the P996 laser and the B11 do not have VTOL. Second to last discount, the RM10 Bombushka. Right now it's $2,670,000, being 40% off. And the Bombushka, I honestly recommend it much less, and I feel like it's not as good of a recommendation as the Blimp, to be honest, even. It's a super slow plane. In fact, I think it's actually the slowest in the game. Might be wrong. Of course, when Ruffy tested it, he probably didn't put Jado into account, since he doesn't like adding like different variables for like different vehicles, and so it would be unfair towards his testing and whatnot. But yeah, aside for like the Jado Frost, it's probably the slowest plane in the game, from what I recall watching on Bruffy 1322's planes testing last year, at the way end of it pretty much. It has 6 capacity. In fact, you could technically fit a whole lobby in the Bombushka, because you can open up the cargo ramp. However, I'll get into that a little bit later, since they did something really disappointing with the cargo ramp. Not sure if it's intentional, but honestly, I kind of don't feel like it is. However, it could be for all I know. But yeah, it's weaponry. I forget, but I think it starts out with non-explosive guns on it, but you can upgrade them to explosive guns on them. Of course. But the driver and passenger, I'm pretty sure, cannot use the guns. I think there's 3 or 4 guns. There's a top gun, a nose gun, and a rear gun, I think. So one of those 6 spots as well, aside for driver or passenger, might just be someone that sits on the side or something, not gonna do anything like inside the plane. Just chill out, basically, while you watch everyone else shoot. But the explosive weapons on it, apparently, from what I heard, have really damn good range. Pretty sure it was able to, like, destroy an Avenger, from what I remember, on, like, the other side of the airport or whatever. Which, in fact, I believe the airport's pictured here. And I don't think that is Fort Zancudo, but I could be wrong. Pretty sure it's the airport. I believe I heard Gilly Master was able to blow up a Avenger from the other side of the airport. Like the runway, of course. Oh yeah, and of course it can have bombs as well. But unlike the Volatile, it has 50 bombs still, despite its big size. So unfortunately it has 50 bombs, despite being a big plane, as compared to the Volatile I very recently bought. And of course, you can open the cargo ramp up, which is really cool for having a whole lobby in the plane. If you can somehow get a whole lobby of 30 players and one Bombushka just to have fun with it, have like 24 people skydive in it or something. But the bad thing about the cargo ramp, unfortunately, wasn't always the case. I believe the Arena Wars update, actually, this latest update, was the thing that brought this change to the cargo ramp. But you can no longer put vehicles in the back of the Bombushka unless you have a almost fully stock Bombushka. Then for whatever reason you can do it. But I don't know if I was Rockstar or Take-Two maybe even might have been behind it somehow. Like their lazy way of patching the Bombushka so you can put like cell vehicles and stuff in it. Since what people would do would put like post-op vans, I'm pretty sure, in the RM10 Bombushka to make those cell missions easier. So maybe Rockstar didn't like that, so they tried to not let people fit vehicles in the back. But if you keep it fully stock, that means without like a JADO thrust, unfortunately, then you should be able to fit vehicles in the back, as far as I heard. So, in my opinion, it is a glitch right now with the latest update where you can't fit vehicles in the back due to the fact that you can fit vehicles in the back with the stock one. But it could be a lazy way to patch out the feature as much as Rockstar could have. If anyone uses a Titan for the same purpose, does that one still work? Because that might further prove it as it being a glitch with the Arena Wars update. And yeah, last but not least, the Hydra. It's 1.8 mil. That's with a trade price. Probably more around the price of the B11 if you don't have the trade price, I'm guessing. With the sale, of course. But yeah, like the laser has the explosive cannon. Pretty sure its explosive cannon is just as effective as the lasers. Pretty sure they're identical and there's like no difference to it. And then, of course, it has the homing missiles. But also as well, it has VTOL, vertical takeoff landing, allowing you to fly like a helicopter or a jet. So of course that allows for easy takeoffs. That was real easy takeoff of the laser. Still, B11 I'm not too sure on. Might take more time, of course, to get into that sky with the B11 compared to the laser. But yeah, the main thing the Hydra is going for, it's the VTOL, and of course it's a vehicle from GTA San Andreas. So it's a nice flashback vehicle. I'm trying to think as well, oh yeah. Also, you have a really cool sound effect for the B11 Strike Force, where it has like a burst sound for the gun, in reference to how it sounds in real life, apparently. It doesn't honestly give me a much better opinion of the B11 Strike Force, but it's a slight little nice touch to the vehicle. Oh yeah, also, I should say actually I really don't recommend the laser, because of course you can just steal it at Forza and Kudo. Even if you don't have a hangar there, it's much easier to steal it than buy it. You don't get the convenience factor though of being able to spawn it, which isn't the biggest deal, especially if you have a hangar in Forza and Kudo. And also you can't paint it whatever like color you want, of course, since you won't be able to have it as a personal vehicle. But once again, that's a very minor thing wrong with it. So the P996 Laser is a really great vehicle, but you're not really gaining much of anything out of it by buying it, as compared to owning a Fort Zancudo hangar, just spawning there all the time and just stealing one. Yeah, you'll get a 2-star 1 level instead of a 4, but it's very easy to escape it, I'm pretty sure. And as long as you don't go back to the base with the stolen laser, you shouldn't really have an issue, as far as I know. That talks about how I thought of every vehicle, alright. This one I said I really wouldn't recommend unless you're big in dogfighting. This one's not a bad vehicle, it's just doesn't really have purpose in terms of buying it. It's extremely overpriced for what you get for it. Should have been less than the Hydra, including the trade price, of course. Armed 10 Bombushka. Unfortunately, it's not really useful, especially with the glitch or the terrible patch they did or whatever, where you can still, like, put vehicles in the back with a stock one. So I highly don't recommend Armed 10 Bombushka and the laser. I slightly don't recommend the B11 either, like I said. The Hydra, though, I definitely really recommend. Honestly, the only one I can really recommend of the discount vehicles is the Hydra this week. Everything else I would just not bother with, unless you have a shit ton of money. But yeah, I went over everything of the event week, I'm pretty sure. I'll do a little bit of hangar stuff, I guess, in the stream, maybe for like around 20 minutes. So a mission or two, I guess. But aside from that, I'm pretty much done with the stream. Actually, no, also, I'll check the clothing thing too. The 2 things of clothing. Oh, there's actually one more thing I need to go over. It's not a discount or anything, it's just something going on. It's for both GTA Online and Red Dead Online Beta, by the way. But they talk about a social club 2-step verification bonus. And you'll get GTA 500,000. And then 10 gold bars for Red Dead Online Beta. So you get another 10 gold bars by doing this. And there will be future benefits according to the Newswire as well for both games. So basically you're getting rewarded for adding extra security to your social club account. From unwanted access, of course. But yeah, with this 2-step verification, you'll need to sign into your account on sign in on a new device will require your nickname or email. But yeah, any device you haven't used before will require your nickname or email, a password, and then a verification code generated by an authenticator. So on like your phone, you should look up like Google Authenticator or something. I think there's like a couple like giant tech companies that have a authenticator. And the new verification codes required when signing in from an unrecognized device or location. Everyone that adds it, like I said, will receive 500,000 in GTA Online, 10 gold bars Red Dead Online Beta, and then additional future benefits in both GTA Online and Red Dead Online Beta. And then they give you a link to enable to skip that verification. And then that's pretty much it. Aside for the login rewards, which were clothing from a couple years ago or whatever. that they also released for login or something. And I don't think I got the notification, so I'm pretty sure I got it when they first did it. I'm gonna go my a cola just in case. You know, I'll actually just sell whatever I have, I think. Those two are doing exporter apparently. Also, by the way, and since I'm traveling to a clothing store, I have been working on my next episode of Contact Mission content. However, I might redo all the clips since I didn't manage to get it done during the Double Money Contact Mission event week, since I was really busy for the last event week, getting caught up with things and whatnot. So I might refilm, or I might just mention that some of the things I covered were 2 times money RP. I know nobody has really watched this series, but honestly, it's one of my favorite works personally, despite if anyone watches it or not.
Take a look around.
Well, obviously, it's only in the beginning, like good works, I feel. Oops, not outfits.
That's from our exclusive.
In fact, speaking of outfits, let me change. Oh yeah, MTLT I got from the event business battles, which since I was busy as well, I didn't really get to do them much. But yeah, I'm not sure what category it would be in, to be honest. Could be unlocks, I'm guessing. Unlocks. So you'll see these two in the unlocks, and you'll see it says a gun running item. So when they originally released this through logging in or whatever in 2017, it was during the gun running update. So if you logged in for the event week for these 2 shirts, obviously you're not going to get notified about it like I did. But one's red and one's blue, that's the only difference. Everything else is the same. For the sleeves I'm talking about.
Bye. Enjoy your purchase.
But yeah, I covered everything in terms of the event week. So the rest of this will just be me going over, not going over, but like selling my hangers stuff. Maybe even doing a mission for it. Might just sell what I have, to be honest. And just re-experiment with my stall money method. Not stall money method, but guide or whatever. Not that I'm making a video on it, I'm just trying to think of good ways to make money for myself that don't feel like they require much work. Since I'm a big solo player, I'm kind of trying to figure things out for myself. I'll see, like these 2 people are doing, import-export, or at least were doing. That's good even without double money. I think I'm just gonna sell what I have, to be honest. random. Actually came across that one dude. I think I should have around 150,000, I'm guessing, with double money, since I recall having like, I don't know, around 8 or something. Around 8 or whatever, like narcotics, maybe even chemicals, since honestly the 35 to 70% like bonus for sticking to one product just isn't worth it to me. With double money, I think that's 500k. Actually, no. I don't know. Oh wait, 1.7 mil is the max you can get with double money, I think. So like 850,000 normally is the max you can get from this business, which is trash. But somehow I've made almost 5 mil on this shit. Oh, sell all for 100k, okay. Off 5, I think that's a pretty good number. Hell yeah. Honestly, this business is stupid, man. Okay, what is that? A cargo bob, it looks like. Wait, I have 2 crates,
Okay,
really?
okay. We're like sharks this time. We
2
stop
crates
moving,
for
we're
100
dead.
fucking K, which
Use
is
the heavy
normally
lift
50.
chopper to drop containers
The
onto
fuck?
trucks, which will hit the road. When they've
Honestly,
got
this
them
kind of
all,
isn't
we'll
worth
get
doing,
paid.
I feel, for solo money. God, I feel like joining Prof, but, like, as a, like, I don't know. But then I have to help people sell their stuff, like, not just when I want to or whatever. As, like, a third party. Because I'm pretty sure that's, like, a rule of his crew or whatever. So it is good selling MC businesses, helping other people sell MC businesses for money. And stuff that you can do is both CO and MC. Problem is, most people I do stuff with, they don't fucking think of doing things like gun running and nightclubs and stuff as an MC. Only the stuff to force to do as an MC, which I get it, like raids and stuff, I guess happen. But I haven't ever been fucking raided, and I don't really ever spend time as an MC. Even my CO related businesses have never been raided though. I'm like that all the time. And obviously, and security upgrades don't really help too much either, so that's saying a lot. I've never been raided even as a CEO, which I'm pretty much always am in like any of my live streams, I feel. Kinda depends on the mission, honestly, for if it's worth doing solo or not. Honestly, I'm just worried about like spamming like an invite to every person in the lobby, though of course I only do it once. I'm not really just invite people if they're looking for work or whatever. But yeah, one day I should definitely go more for team selling and whatnot. 'Cause I could be making a lot more money than I do already. If I would just get used to doing stuff not solo all the time, or most times. But like I said, I don't want to be forced to help people sell anything. Just because it's like a crew rule or anything. Honestly, I'm kind of hoping I explode one day in terms of like YouTube and whatnot, and can have like a big crew of my own, with my own rules and whatnot. Hopefully one day, but I don't know. Seriously, it's taking almost 5 minutes just for one fucking container. God damn. Honestly, like, pretty much every fucking special cargo mission, despite it not really being solo friendly, I think it was much more solo friendly, honestly, than this. Oh yeah, by the way, I recently got Gargoyle and Death Bike. The reason for it was because I actually got a Target sale, apparently. Yeah, I actually did manage to get a Target sale from Rockstar, which I haven't got for so damn long. Which, of course, wasn't on the live stream I did, but not everything happens right away, so that's why. I had 25% off like all the variants that I could upgrade with the Gargoyle and Death Bike. Why is this dude's icon headed this way? Like, I could have killed him if I wanted to, of course. It's actually a higher rank to me as well. I wouldn't be surprised if it's a legit rank, to be honest. Don't think it's anywhere near, like, a mod or anything. I hate people who think just because someone's a high rank means that they're a modder. Like, what? Like, obviously anyone who watches professional should know that it's possible to be over 1,200 in terms of rank. Obviously 8,000 is totally illegitimate though. God damn though, this one in the Skylift one are pretty annoying. And when there's like 6 Havoc fucking helicopters as well. Wait, after I sell this, I'm probably just gonna be done for the stream. Which actually, speaking of Target sales, X2 actually tweeted about the Target sale. So I could go over it at the end of this stream. So I might actually just do that. I think it relates to facilities and the renovations and whatnot, if I remember. So it's not as good as the one I got. Like, off stream, of course, since it didn't kick in when I first played during the event week. But yeah, I got a Maze Bank email or something about my Target sale. I'm guessing this person's just doing air freight, to be honest. Oh, except the person's right here. I shouldn't worry about it. Yeah, I thought so in the beginning, just fucking him doing air freight or whatever. Him or her. Not some genders or anything. Yeah, I can go for an RP bonus. And gee, this one's so much easier to do. I feel like the distance should be related to how much you're selling. Not like random every damn time. And then I'm pretty sure I should be making a 2% increase in my money. Oh yeah, plus Ron takes a fucking cut. Forgot about that. I think it's like $2.50 per crate or something. So that's like 1,250. So it's like nothing. 99,450. Oh yeah, plus his cut might be double, of course, due to the double money. Since it's double of 1,250. Right under 100k. Yeah, that's whatever. Yeah, I'll quickly pull up the Target sale, I guess. Because I don't even know when the Target sales came back, because I think during after hours when they did the guest list, the Target sales weren't happening for a little bit.
Nice flying there, Ace. Sorry, was that too much? I just wanted to say well done. Well done. We're getting the full amount. We should be pleased.
Alright, yeah, Target sale. Oh yeah, there actually is a couple of discounts as well on vehicles for the Target sale. So the Target sale, which only happens for like a few percent of the player base or whatever of the game. Like every time it happens, I feel, as far as I know, is 35% off all facilities, and 35% off the Akula, the FH1 Hunter, which I mentioned those two also had barrage missiles earlier in the live stream, and the Kanjali as well. I might quickly go over those then, since I might as well add something that you won't see from the newswire. Yeah, I might as well add something you won't see from the newswire, since I'm starting to do these streams later, of course, since there's not much of a reason to do it otherwise, like earlier. So, Hunter, Akula, Team 02, Kanjali. So, starting with the Kanjali, 35% off, I'm not sure what that would be, since at least today I don't have the Target sale. Might even take a couple days for your Target sale to show up. But anyone with the target sale, you'll have 35% off the Kanjali tank. Seats 4 people, which is pretty good for a tank. Definitely. Even a new Scarab also holds 4. And APC also holds 4, I think. This feels really good for a tank, in my opinion. Definitely speedier than a Rhino. I think the Scarab and the APC are faster, but they're obviously not as, like, weaponized and whatnot as the Kanjali. That's probably why, for balancing purposes. You can't get shot in it at all, of course, since there's no glass. Which the APC does. The APC in the Scarab has glass, while the Kanjalian and the Rhino don't, I'm pretty sure. And obviously it's much better in the Rhino, I'm pretty sure. Besides for the fact it can't run over vehicles and explode them. Yeah, it's like has like a straight up normal cannon that it comes with, and then the railgun cannon. Its railgun cannon, the only difference really is like you can shoot at a further range if you hold it for a little bit, but doesn't increase the power. Also has a machine gun that the passenger can control. So it has the most weaponry people can control, with every seat having a weapon that someone can use. And then 2 grenade launchers you can have on the sides, which I believe outside like high setups featuring it and whatnot, I believe the grenade launchers are actually limited, but they don't like shoot well or anything. It's kind of hard to get good shots with the grenade launchers, I'm pretty sure. But still, it's a very good weaponized vehicle. So I would recommend it if you have the target sale. In fact, I don't think there's a single target sale I would not recommend you take advantage of. If you have it, of course. The Kula, it's a stealth chopper, which makes doing like business stuff like collecting product and whatnot for your businesses. The Kula is really useful for that. In other situations where stealth will be really good. It has the choice between the homing and barrage missiles, however you can only have one. Definitely recommend homing missiles. The barrage are limited to 4 at a time as compared to the Hunter and the B-11. And also it gets bombs as well. But of course, to use any weapons, you have to be out of stealth mode, but you can just go like right out of it. So it's definitely a very strategic vehicle. So if you can use it right, it will be very useful. It has a machine gun, or you can upgrade to a dual machine gun in the passenger seat, but it doesn't really do much. And I believe the back 2 seats have like thermal and night vision and whatnot on it. But they're not really useful, I feel. I could be slightly wrong on that feature, but not as useful as the barely useful machine gun with a parenthesis, S parenthesis, depending on if you have 1 or 2. And also, I'm pretty sure, well actually I'm not too sure, the left or the right side of the tail blade can actually kill people. So you can go stealth, like sneak up on a ballistic equipment person and just kill them with the tail blade in stealth mode. So that's pretty funny. Probably my favorite recommendation of the targeted sales, the Kula. And the FH1 Hunter only fits 2 as compared to 4, but it has homing missiles and barrage missiles. I don't think you pay for any of them either. I think all the weaponry comes stock on it. I'm pretty positive. Aside for bombs, actually. You'll have to buy the bombs, but everything else should come stock. The barrage missile will shoot 7 instead of the 4 of the Akula, like with the strike force, as mentioned earlier. The passenger seat even has an explosive cannon. I believe the explosive cannon is similar to the Valkyrie's explosive cannon, if I recall right. I think it might have a slightly faster rate of fire than the Valkyrie. Not too sure on that. Or it might even be closer to a Bombushka. The range might even be better than the Valkyrie's explosive cannon. And that only the passenger seat can use. Which I believe is actually the one closer to the front, ironically, for its passenger seat. And both the Akula and the FH-1 Hunter, especially the latter that I mentioned, are really explosive resistant and whatnot. I believe this can take like 7 explosive sniper rounds. Unless that's for like homing missiles or even RPGs or something like that, and that's much more impressive. All these have really good damage resistance. For the free target sales I went over, of course, exclusive facilities, those are 35% off. There's not really much of a reason to cover it though. And that does not include any renovations, by the way. But yeah, that's gonna be it for the stream. Hopefully it was slightly worthy of it being a late stream, as I covered the Target sale that Text2 tweeted about. Which actually got last week's Target sale for the event week. So that was really nice. So I got myself a Gargoyle Death Bike 25% off for the variant I went for, which was Apocalypse. And I even got like 40% off the Terabyte, I'm pretty sure, plus all its modifications. And 40% off Mark II, Oppressor Mark II weapon upgrades and whatnot. I'm pretty sure it was the other Target sale of my Target sale for last week. So I really lucked out last week. But regardless, I went over this week's Target sales at the end of this, so that's finally going to be it for the stream. Hopefully single player, hopefully the Bossack stock market in single player will work, so I can get the continuation of that stream going. But regardless, hope you enjoyed.